with me in my kitchen today as we go through some of the meals that I'm making for my family this week. Sometimes it can feel like a really big challenge just to figure out what is for dinner. So this might give you a few ideas of what you can make for your own family. I do like to focus on just simple meals in my kitchen. So at the farm at the moment, we are growing so many pumpkins and they are just beautiful. So we have this cute little pumpkin cart that we bring out at the restaurant if we have just a few extra pumpkins, and we fill that, and then guests can take a pumpkin home with them if they like. It is just really sweet, and the pumpkins that come off farm are just beautiful. Like, they are just gorgeous. Like, they are so sweet and full of flavor. So I am featuring them this week because I have this pumpkin that I need to use. So I'm just chopping that one up. I think the hardest thing about pumpkins is chopping them up. They are just so difficult to chop up sometimes. So the first thing I'm making is some pumpkin soup. I love pumpkin soup. I love it. It is just a really feel-good meal. So all I'm doing is just putting pumpkin, onion, and some garlic. I'm just going to pop all that in a pot, and I'm just going to bring it to boil with some stock. And today I am using stock cubes. I always love to use some of our homemade bone broth, but I didn't have any of that on hand today, so I'm just making do with what we have. And sometimes I think in the kitchen, I don't know about everyone else, but I get this perfectionist mindset. Oh, I don't have bone broth, I can't make my pumpkin soup. But a homemade pumpkin soup is still really good. It's not perfect, but it's still really, like, it's not perfect with the stock cubes, but it's still a really good meal. I don't know, I'm trying to encourage everyone just to not worry about getting perfect meals. Like, if it's a home cooked meal on the table for your family, that is incredible, and that's all we can focus on. We don't need to be perfect in the kitchen and have everything completely made from scratch. Let's just do our best. Okay, so dish number 2. This turned out so incredible. Again, I'm using the pumpkins, these beautiful pumpkins. And I'm going to make a sauce, like a pumpkin sauce that I then put over pasta. Now, I am so lucky. We had some leftover pasta from the restaurant. So I have like a house-made pappardelle, which is divine, but any pasta is 100% good. So all we need to do is just bake it in the oven, and then we blend it up to make a sauce. I'm putting the pumpkin on a tray, and this is my favorite way to do the garlic. It's just like chop off the end and then pop that on the tray as well to be baked. And today I'm adding a little bit of rosemary as well. That's all there is to it. So pumpkin, garlic, rosemary, and then I did a generous drizzle of olive oil, and I also added some of our smoked salt. This is our smoked salt from Handcrafted Harvest. We are testing it. Hopefully I'll launch it online soon, but that just adds this gorgeous like smoky flavor. It's not hugely noticeable because I only add a little bit of the salt, but it's really nice. And then we just pop that in the oven. And also for my pumpkin soup, I'm going to make some croutons today. This is the best way to use some bread that's just getting a little bit old. So you just cut it into cubes, bake it on a tray. And again, I really love to use olive oil over it. So after you cut it into cubes, put some olive oil on it. And I love to use our Mediterranean salt, again from our store, but any sort of salt with a few herbs is really nice. And our Mediterranean salt also has a little bit of garlic in it. So if you have a little bit of garlic powder, you could try sprinkling that on as well. That is my favorite combination. The salt, the herbs, and the little bit of garlic is so yum. If if you ever do buy a salt blend, it's always really good to look at the ingredients. I know a lot of them add things in to stop it from clumping together. All I like to do is just keep it in a little jar, and then you just shake it to just break it up a little bit before you use it. And it doesn't have any preservatives or anything added to it. I think that's important, you know, if we can just cut out those little additives through our meals just where we can. It's really good. The garlic just pushes out once we've got it all baked, and then I just pop it in. I'm using a blender, that's all I sort of have. I just have my blender, but like a food processor would probably work better. But we just pop it all in and then just blend it up. And then after your sauce is blended, all you need to do is mix it through your pasta. And I topped mine with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. This sauce was incredible. It was so good. And you can add your veggies into your pasta meal. You can't even tell that they're there. It was so creamy and delicious. And our pigs were so happy to get any scraps that we had from the pumpkin. So whenever I cut up anything in the kitchen, I have a little bowl separate and I put all the scraps in it for them. They love it. Okay, so we have a new day, and again, I'm featuring pumpkin. But today I finished work late. I was tired, I was exhausted, so I'm just doing a 1-sheet pan. Whatever veggies you have, toss them on a tray. I did a drizzle of our smoked honey. So another day of simple cooking in my kitchen. I've got some beautiful sourdough that I've made, but you don't need to make your own bread. Feel free to pick some up. And I am shredding some chicken. I've got some shredded chicken, and I'm just making some toasted sandwiches. Some of our tomato relish with some shredded chicken and some cheese. That's what we're having today. This day I was in town all day with like appointments. And we got home pretty late and we were going to pick something up, and I'm like, no, I'll just whip something up. These were so quick, and they were really yummy. And with the leftover shredded chicken, I'm just adding a heap of tomato relish and some taco seasoning and a little bit more of our smoked honey. This honey is delicious and like unexpected with the smokiness. It's really good. Anyway, I'm just mixing that up. I had heaps, so I am freezing a little bit just for another meal for another day. Just doing a little bit of prep as we go. Just that little bit of extra prep when you've got everything out, it makes a big difference for the next meal. So today I'm going to make some pork belly tacos. Today I had a little bit of extra time in the kitchen, and I really enjoy just cooking in my kitchen, going at my own slow, natural pace, and just lighting a candle, putting some music on, and just enjoying time spent in my kitchen. Sometimes I need quick meals for the family, and I'm running late, I'm working, got appointments, that sort of thing. And sometimes I have the afternoon off, or I have the evening off, and I just want to faff in my kitchen and enjoy my kitchen. I think it's a really nice therapeutic thing to do. So something I'm making today is I am making my soft tacos. I think they're like soft tortillas as well, but just flour, a little bit of butter, starter, and you just knead it together. I will leave recipes linked where I can down below in case anyone wants to make anything here. And you just mix it together, and then you get to knead it and roll it. I don't know, it's something about that kneading that's very fun. Here I've got this nice little ball that I divided up. This recipe is really great for wraps, or yeah, like I said, I use it for like mini tortillas or mini soft tacos. Just divide it up depending on how big that you want your wraps or tortillas. And then from here, we've got our little portions divided out. We're just going to make little balls. You make like a C shape with your hands and then just roll it around each one until they come into a nice little ball. And then we just let them rise. And then another fun part of this process is rolling them out. So after they've risen or sat for a little bit, I don't even know if they rise that much, but I leave them sit out for a little bit and they always turn out really good. If you are going away or if you've made them ahead, you can leave them sit in the fridge for quite a long time as well. So you just roll them out as thin as you can get, and then you just cook them in a pan. They like start to get little bubbles on them, then you flip them. And they're just really, really delicious. And again, like it's so nice to be able to eat this food and give it to our family when we know there's no preservatives or additives in it. And I'm not a perfectionist in my kitchen either. Like sometimes I just use those quick and easy foods, but it does feel good to make something with your own hands and taste the difference and know that it's really good, pure food because we've made it. We know what goes in it. Something very wholesome about it. Then with these tacos, I'm just cutting up an array of things, whatever I sort of find in the fridge, and I just serve them down the center of the table, and then everyone in the family can grab what they want and put it on their own tacos. So I always like to do a night like this once a week, and it does vary depending on what we have, which is really fun. So it might be pork belly, it might be chicken, like that leftover chicken that I had, we'll pull that out for taco night one week. But it also might be not necessarily like a house-made taco. It might be like a bought crispy taco, or sometimes I even do like a baked sweet potato, and we just build our own sweet potato. But something similar to that concept, we put it all down the middle of the table, everyone grabs what they want and puts it on their taco, their tortilla, their sweet potato, whatever is going on that day. And then after we have our tacos, then we play cards, and that is our little bit of a routine that we've been doing in our family, and I love it. I think it's just so nice. And to book it in the calendar every week, to be like, okay, this night I'm going to just cut up whatever's going in the kitchen, and we're going to enjoy it as a family and enjoy cards after, which is really nice. Something we look forward to each week. But the meals don't need to be perfect. Let's give ourselves a bit of a break. It doesn't need to be perfect. Let's just do our best in our kitchen and enjoy the process.